Hello everybody and welcome to Boogiepop and Others, a bunch of episodes anime review. So, I'm going to apologise in advance for this being later than normal. I was going to do it Sunday, but then there was 4 extra episodes to watch. I was like, I don't have time. I just don't have time. So, as soon as I've been able to do it, I've done it. Sorry. Also, apologies, this is probably going to be quite long. I'm not going to spend too much time on each individual episode because I don't want this to be like an hour. So, yeah, so also I'm probably going to talk about episode 9. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on because it's the finale of the arc as opposed to the other 4, which is its own arc. So I'll start with that and then we'll move on. I don't know if I'm just going to go through all 4 episodes at once and then give my overall thoughts on the arc. I'll probably do that as opposed to go episode by episode because they kind of blended into one. It's a good thing I made notes. So episode 9, we start with Masaki looking for Orihata. You remember the phone call? He hears a plane on the phone, so he knows where they are. Looks for a plane. They're up there. Then Kinukawa is not being controlled anymore. She's back to normal. Suema asks whereabouts she was when she got controlled. So Suema's going there as well. So her and Masaki are both heading to the tower where Jin is, and his plan is to take away people's pain. Then Masaki gets jumped by mascot characters and creepy clowns because why not? But Boogiepop saves him, the real Boogiepop, and apparently Masaki was also brainwashed at some point. Well, we knew that, but I'm not too sure what exactly he was brainwashed to do. Just agree with Orihata, maybe? That's what I think it was implied. Again, it blends into one, struggling to remember a lot of it, so I do apologise. But then Boogiepop, sure, goes to meet Jin, and basically Orihata isn't human, so Jin can't do his plan. And then Boogiepop... Nope, I've skipped a note. A strong wind knocks Jin out the window, Boogiepop saves him, and then Imaginator disappears after talking to Masaki. And Orihata needs to talk to the Fire Witch. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to assume it's Nagi, because that's the only person I can think of that it could be, unless I'm forgetting someone, which is possible. What else happened? Then Suema finds Masaki, and Boogiepop tells her, because he passes out, to go and get Jin and Orihata. And then everything's back to normal, and that's the end of the episode. I probably forgot something. Again, I'm trying to not spend too long. So this was the finale of the Imaginator arc. I enjoyed it. I think this is my favourite arc of the 3 I've seen so far. I wasn't too big a fan of it. It's amazing. By this episode, I was like, oh man, I'm so excited. I really can't wait to see how this ends. Considering at the beginning of just Boogiepop in general, I was like, I don't get it. I'm not sure I'm going to like this. But now I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's good. I still think I should have waited for it all to come out and then watched it in a binge. But it's fine, It's very rewarding. That's what I would say. I don't want to spend too much talking overall, but yeah, this was a good arc. The thing that made me know I was enjoying myself is okay, so you're this character. Considering their designs aren't the most unique, they're not super samey, but they're not bright red hair or whatever. It's more realistic design wise. Let's go with that. That makes sense. Yeah. So I'm glad I had a great time, and then we're going to move on to the next 4 episodes, which it's a brand new arc, Boogiepop at Dawn. It's called. It was aired as a 2-hour special on Saturday. I think it was Saturday, and yeah. So it's a prequel. I believe it's sort of a prequel. Well, it's a prequel, yeah, because it's Boogiepop explaining her origin to Echoes on. I don't think it is the moon, but I'm going to call it the moon because it looks like the moon. And she talked about the Scarecrow. Basically, that's what the first episode is about. It's about the Scarecrow, which not the Batman villain. Basically he's a detective called Scarecrow. He works with Toa. There's also a girl called Pigeon, who I've not made any notes on, but she'll become important again later, trust me. Yeah, but they're investigating a potential traitor who and he meets Nagi at a hospital. He meets like kid Nagi, who is there because her body just randomly starts hurting because she's like evolving. She's an evolver, which is something that the Torah organization are against, or are they trying to track them down? I think they're against them. They're trying to get rid of them. Again, there was a lot. My brain's a little bit frazzled. Sorry. Yeah. Then there's a little bit of a time skip, and he's like trying to help her now. He destroys a facility, and Toa sends an assassin after him to kill him. They have a bit of a fight. He leaves a drug that he stole from the facility for Nagi before getting killed by the assassin. But before he dies, he meets Boogiepop. Or was it Boogiepop? I think it was Boogiepop. Yeah, before. It's like how she got her name, because it's like bloody bubbles popping. And I'm like, that sort of sounds like Boogiepop. Yeah, but then he dies. And that's the end of the first episode of this arc. Again, I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then I'll give my overall. We start off with a doctor who I think saw them fighting in the previous episode, this doctor, and she's saying, I'll kill you a lot. And then she's talking to a man, but then she runs into Nagi day afterwards, who is now cured because of the drug. But the doctor found the drug, obviously. Well, I'll say obviously, I didn't say that. And is investigating it. Investigating? Yeah, she's investigating its effects on rats at home, so she's like, trying to figure out what it does and all that. She's actually injected herself. I think it's at this point. It might be a bit later on. I assume you've seen the episodes. But then there's a dead girl in the park. There's been murders going on, and yeah, it's the doctor. She scares her colleague. She's like wants women's fear or something. I think that's what it is. I say that a lot. I'm sorry. But then she scares a patient by pulling her own eye out, and I was not ready for this. I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, what are you doing? No, don't do that. But then she did it, and she stuck it back in, and it grew back fine. So it's fine. And then she sucks the dude's blood, and I don't think he's dead. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah. Then she's at like a restaurant, and she's like, I'm gonna kill that girl next. I think it was Suema, because she had the glasses, and that's the only defining trait she has. So I'm just gonna assume they're the same person, even if it isn't. If you know, tell me. It's not important. This arc's over. Yeah, tell me if that was her. But first she's got to find a scapegoat to like take the fall for her, and then Toka, who is Boogiepop, if you remember, goes to this doctor for her split personality, and they bring out the other personality, who is Boogiepop, and is like, Doctor lady, you're an enemy of the world. And Doctor wants to eliminate fear, which I've already said. And that's the end of the second episode of this arc, which, okay. And then we have like a more prequel. It's Kirima Seiichi, who is Nagi's dad, getting told he'll die soon from a girl. Then he's got a letter from Mystery Man, who had an ability, who like boosted everyone's grades or made them better at what they did. It breaks their barriers down, I think is what it said. But they say he tripped and died downstairs, which obviously means he was murdered, and that's a cover-up, obviously. But yeah, then he realised it's because he was, I'm just going to call it an evolver, like he's an evolved person, but evolver sounds quicker, so I'm going to say that. He's an evolver, and what's my notes? Then some girl, he's talking to the girl at the beginning, who gets told he'll die soon. The girl is Imaginator. I was like, oh, it's Imaginator, it's all linking. I loved it all linking together, like all these characters showing up. It's like the Star Wars prequels, but not bad. Yeah, although I don't dislike them that much, but I haven't seen them in like 15 years, so that might be a reason. But yeah, then he gets assassinated by the same assassin that killed the Scarecrow, and then we go back to present day in the prequel, if that makes sense. And he's investigating the murders going on that the Doctor's been doing. And then Nagi talks to him, and they kind of team up. They form like a Batman and Robin alliance to figure out what's going on. And they ask some girl some questions about the victim, and the girl also spoke to the Doctor, and Nagi kind of figures out who it is. He's about to go confront the Doctor. Says that assassin guy whose name is Mo Murder, but which is just, I have no words for that. Find that out later on. It basically says you're a good person and the doctor is just waiting for her. That's the end of the third episode of this arc. I'm getting there. Fourth episode, we have the assassin guy, Mo Murder, spying on Nagi, like, as she's going to prepare for fights. I'm going to follow you. She goes to the hospital. The doctor kills Assassin with the help of Pigeon, who is mad at the assassin for killing Scarecrow. She's like, this is for Scarecrow, but she also dies, gets stabbed. So the assassin guy and Pigeon both die. And then the doctor goes to confront Nagi. Boogiepop tells Pigeon she's going to hell. I don't even know why I made that as a note, but okay. But yeah, then Nagi runs from the doctor to get away from people and towards her trap she set up. And yeah, then we find out she's going to frame Mo Murder. Tells Nagi he wasn't a human, he was like a synthetic human, like Orihata I assume is as well. But then Nagi rips her arm off because she had an electro, like what do you call it? Those like electric baton, a stun stick, one of them left in the water. She like electrocuted the water and electrocuted him. She had a rubber suit on because she was being a superhero because Scarecrow couldn't, because they had a whole talk about like that was my dream when I was a kid. That was good. Check my notes. There was a lot that happened. Can you tell? Boogiepop shows up to kill the doctor after Nagi did all the work, basically. And then Nagi and Boogiepop decide together that Mo Murder should take the blame, because if the doctor was revealed to be the murderer, that would cause more trouble than him taking the blame. Then Boogiepop decides her name is Boogiepop. Then we go back to the moon with Boogiepop and Echoes from the first arc. Remember, I didn't mention that, but yeah, the moon's corrupting. I'm calling it the moon. I know it's not the moon. And then they go their separate ways, and I guess Boogiepop goes back to Earth, where the final arc, I say final of this season, I know there's more books, final arc of the season will take place, I assume. Will we get that Nagi Boogiepop fight that's in the opening? Maybe. The opening has a lot of things that I'm a bit confused about. I do think it's all going to come together though, because we've got a lot of characters now introduced in the present day, and we got, all the past people, a lot of them died, or they're the same as the present day. I still don't always know what's going on overall 100%. I still don't really know what Boogiepop is, other than shows up to fight things that threaten the world. Is that just what it is? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm enjoying myself too much to care. But yeah, it's very, at first I was regretting watching it. I was like, I've just had another show, why have I done that? But now I'm like, yeah, it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. No mistakes have been made. So yeah, I feel like this video is probably already long enough. Maybe it's not, maybe it's only 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't have a timer or anything. I should do that. That'd be clever. But yeah, Boogiepop, as always. This prequel thing, I was like, who are these? It's the same as every arc. At first I'm like, who are these characters? I've got to think of ways to identify you. You're a doctor, you're a scarecrow, you're a pigeon. Yeah, so I might not have known everyone's name, but if it was week by week, I would have made more of an effort to learn everyone's name, but because they were shove it all at once, I was like, okay, I've got to identify you quickly. Didn't have time to let it simmer in my brain. So, yeah, it was good. I still preferred the Imaginator arc. I liked it more than the first arc, Boogiepop and Others arc. Maybe that's just because it didn't have many episodes. Maybe that was why I liked this one more than that one. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, why is Nagi so strong? Is it because she was an evolver? And that is a term I'm going to use, and if it's not the actual term, fight me. Or tell me the actual term. Don't fight me. Inform me politely if you are aware. I say fight me and I die. Getting distracted, got to end the thing. Thank you for watching. The next episode will be on Sunday as normal, and I will see you next week. See you.